Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that a simple $1 coin from 1979 could hide a secret worth hundreds, even thousands? A coin so ordinary, most people mistake it for a quarter. Yet its tiny mint mark, a P, a D, or an S, could change everything. Why did the US Mint strike three different versions of the same coin? What makes one of them so rare that collectors hunt for it to this day? And could one of these be sitting unnoticed in your own change jar right now? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar the same way again. As we move deeper into America's coinage history, we arrive at a turning point, a coin that changed everything about how a dollar looked, felt, and was remembered. What if I told you that a simple $1 coin from 1979 could hide a secret worth hundreds, even thousands? A coin so ordinary that millions overlooked it, yet its true value lies in a tiny letter, a small D, that could transform a forgotten piece of change into a collector's treasure. This is the story of the 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar, minted in Denver, a coin born out of progress, pride, and the unstoppable spirit of a woman who changed American history forever. Back in the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint wanted something modern, a smaller, lighter dollar coin that could easily circulate in the hands of the people. But what they created became far more than just currency. It became a cultural statement. For the first time ever, the face of a real American woman appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. SUSAN.B. Anthony, the fearless advocate for women's rights, became the symbol of equality struck in metal. Her determined gaze on the obverse reminded the nation that progress could be both beautiful and bold. The Denver Mint, marked with its iconic D, took on the challenge of striking millions of these revolutionary coins. Each one carried not just Anthony's legacy, but the craftsmanship and precision that Denver had built its reputation upon for decades. However, the public wasn't ready. The 1979 dollar was nearly the same size as a quarter, confusing shoppers and cashiers everywhere. But while ordinary citizens shrugged and moved on, collectors took notice. They knew that when a coin fails in circulation, it often triumphs in rarity. That's exactly what happened here. The 1979 D SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar soon disappeared from wallets and pockets, quietly slipping into collections, safes, and drawers, waiting for the day the world would remember its worth. The coin's design tells two stories at once, one of courage and one of exploration. On the front, SUSAN.B. Anthony's portrait faces right, her features sharp and unyielding, surrounded by 13 stars that honor America's original colonies. On the back, an eagle descends to the moon, clutching olive branches, a breathtaking tribute to the Apollo 11 mission and the triumph of human spirit. Every detail was deliberate. Every line, every star, every symbol was crafted to remind Americans that change, whether in space or society, begins with a single, daring step forward. But what truly sets the 1979 D dollar apart is not just its design, but its destiny. Unlike its Philadelphia or San Francisco counterparts, the Denver issue stands out for its exceptional strike quality and brilliant mint luster when preserved properly. Collectors around the world now compete fiercely to obtain these coins in uncirculated condition, where even the smallest flaw can make or break a fortune. And make no mistake, in pristine, graded mint state, these dollars have fetched extraordinary sums. We're talking $1,500, even $2,000 for top-condition examples, stunning returns for a coin that once sat unnoticed in loose change. Some rare varieties, struck with perfect detail and flawless brilliance, have sold for even higher in specialized auctions. What makes it so valuable? The answer is simple: legacy, rarity, and recognition. This was the coin that dared to honor a woman in a world dominated by male figures. It marked the first time the mint broke tradition, and that alone cemented its place in history. Over time, the 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar became more than a monetary artifact. It became a statement, a reminder that courage and equality can be immortalized in something as small as a coin. The Denver Mintmark itself became a beacon for collectors, a mark of pride, a signature of authenticity. Spotting that tiny D near SUSAN.B. Anthony's shoulder is like finding a hidden signature on a masterpiece. And while millions of coins were minted, only a fraction survive today in perfect form, untouched, gleaming, and ready to command serious value in the modern market. So before you overlook that silvery coin in your collection, look again. That little D might just turn your spare change into a payday worth thousands. Because behind this dollar lies not just metal, but meaning, not just history, but hope. And the 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar proves one powerful truth. Greatness doesn't always shine at first glance, but it always endures. So check your drawers, your old wallets, your jars of forgotten coins, because this unassuming dollar could be your next great discovery. And remember, sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the biggest rewards. As we turn the page from Denver's bold strikes, our journey now shifts east to the historic city of Philadelphia, where another version of the 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar was born, carrying a tiny letter that changed everything: the proud P Mintmark. The Philadelphia Mint had long been the heart of American coinage, and in 1979, it became the birthplace of a dollar that symbolized both innovation and transformation. This was the coin that carried SUSAN.B. Anthony's face into millions of hands for the first time, a statement of equality struck in cold metal. The 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar wasn't just another coin, it was a declaration. For over a century, no woman had appeared on circulating U.S. currency. That changed here, and the Philadelphia issue became the standard bearer of that revolution. The decision to include a P Mintmark on a dollar coin was historic in itself. It marked the first time that Philadelphia used its Mintmark on a dollar intended for wide public use, a small but powerful symbol of pride in craftsmanship. Each 1979 P dollar was crafted with precision, featuring the same groundbreaking design. SUSAN.B. Anthony's resolute profile on the obverse, her eyes fixed forward in defiance of inequality, surrounded by 13 stars and the motto "In God We Trust." Turn the coin over and the reverse explodes with symbolism. An eagle descending onto the moon, its wings spread wide, clutching an olive branch. This image, borrowed from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, reflected America's endless ambition and the unity between innovation and peace. While many of these coins entered circulation, only a select number survived the decades in pristine, untouched condition. Those brilliant survivors are the ones collectors now crave: pieces of history, frozen in flawless shine. The 1979 P dollar carries subtle differences from its Denver counterpart. The Philadelphia strike often displays sharper detail, especially in the hairlines and eagle's feathers, and those fine elements are what define its collector appeal. As the years passed, public misunderstanding of the coin's size and color made it disappear quickly from circulation. Most people confused it with the quarter, spending it without realizing they were letting go of a future treasure. That disappearance created scarcity, and scarcity builds value. Today, uncirculated and proof-like 1979 P SUSAN.B. Anthony dollars command strong prices, with top-graded examples selling for $1,600 or even $2,000 at major coin auctions. Exceptional specimens with perfect luster and crisp strike quality are especially prized, often placed in protective slabs by leading grading authorities like PCGS or NGC. These coins have achieved the elite status of MS-67 and beyond, and that's where the true magic begins. Collectors are drawn not just to the metal, but to the message. The P, Mintmark, is a symbol of the city that helped build America's monetary foundation. Each coin whispers of the mint's centuries-long legacy of excellence. There's something poetic about holding a 1979 P dollar, knowing it came from the same halls where the nation's earliest coins were born, and where the future of modern minting was redefined. Even more intriguing is the hidden variation known as the wide rim, or near-date, 1979 P dollar, where the edge of the coin sits closer to the date. That subtle difference can multiply its worth, with pristine examples fetching thousands of dollars from collectors who recognize its rarity. So when you see that small P gleaming just beside Susan.B. Anthony's shoulder, remember it's not just a mint mark. It's a legacy, a signature of America's evolution toward equality and recognition. And while millions of these coins once changed hands daily, few remain in the immaculate state that serious collectors demand. Those that do are now trophies of the modern numismatic era. In the world of coins, design and rarity are powerful, but story is everything. The 1979 P. Susan.B. Anthony dollar carries all three. It is beauty, rarity, and history fused into one brilliant coin. So check your collections carefully, because that small P might just be your passport to a story worth $2,000, and a reminder that even the smallest details in history can carry the largest rewards. As we leave the bustling mint floors of Philadelphia behind, our journey now travels west to San Francisco, where precision meets perfection. Here, under the skilled hands of America's finest engravers, the 1979 Susan.B. Anthony dollar with the S, Mintmark, was born, the final masterpiece of the series and the crown jewel of the first year's production. The San Francisco Mint has always stood apart. Known for its immaculate strikes and mirror-like proof finishes, it has long been the pride of U.S. coinage. And in 1979, when the nation introduced the Susan.B. Anthony dollar, San Francisco ensured that this historic coin received the royal treatment it deserved. Unlike the coins struck for everyday circulation, the S. Mintmark dollars were produced with extraordinary care. Each blank was polished, each die was treated, and every strike was delivered with precision to bring out every microscopic detail of Susan.B. Anthony's portrait. The result was stunning, coins so flawless they seemed to glow, capturing the determined expression of one of America's greatest reformers with breathtaking clarity. Her gaze, strong and unwavering, radiates from the coin like a symbol of strength and equality. And on the reverse, the iconic eagle landing on the moon takes on new life, its wings sharp, its feathers distinct, reflecting the perfection only San Francisco's proofing process could achieve. Every reflection, every glint of light tells a story of craftsmanship and purpose. The S. Mintmark, found just beside Anthony's shoulder, isn't merely a letter, it's a symbol of excellence. It represents the mint that turned ordinary designs into numismatic art, coins that collectors now cherish as true showpieces. While millions of Anthony dollars were minted nationwide, the 1979 S-proof coin stands in a league of its own. Each one was struck multiple times under controlled pressure to achieve that mirror-smooth surface collectors dream of. Over time, two distinct types emerged, the Type 1 filled S and the Type 2 clear S, and that second type with its crisp, clean mint mark has become a collector's obsession. It's not just rare, it's breathtakingly valuable. High-grade 1979 S-proof dollars, especially those of the clear S variety, can command astonishing prices today. Some have sold for $3,000, others even higher, depending on certification and condition. These are the coins that turn quiet collections into small fortunes. Each one represents the peak of minting quality, coins created not for circulation, but for preservation. And that makes them time capsules of a moment when the U.S. Mint took a bold step into modern history. The 1979 S-proof dollar is more than a collectible. It's a celebration of American achievement. It captures the determination of SUSAN.B. Anthony, the ambition of the Apollo 11 mission, and the mastery of San Francisco's minting legacy, all in one gleaming piece of metal. Collectors today see these coins as symbols of progress, both social and technological. The S, Mintmark, doesn't just represent a place. It represents perfection, equality, and the art of coinage itself. And the value keeps climbing. As pristine examples become harder to find, prices continue to rise. Each passing year sees new records set at auctions as collectors worldwide compete for the finest known specimens. Imagine holding one in your hand, the reflection so sharp it mirrors your face, the history so deep you can feel its weight. That's not just a coin, that's a legacy you can touch. This dollar carries the spirit of a woman who fought for every right we hold dear, immortalized in one of the most unique coins America ever struck. Its beauty isn't just visual, it's historical, cultural, and deeply symbolic. And so, as we close the chapter on the 1979 SUSAN.B. Anthony series, the S, Mintmark, stands as the final signature of perfection. It completes the story from Denver's bold strikes to Philadelphia's historic Mintmark, and finally to San Francisco's flawless proof. So if you're lucky enough to own a 1979 S SUSAN.B. Anthony dollar, hold it proudly. You possess not just a coin, but a masterpiece, one that can fetch thousands, but means far more than money. Because this isn't just the end of a series. It's the beginning of a legend struck in steel, sealed in shine, and remembered forever.